Good morning, class. How are you today? I know you are fine. I am also fine. And before we will start our class, I would like to greet everyone a Happy New Year. Okay, so welcome to our first online class for this week. So if you have your books with you, is on Unit 7, page 7 to 8 of your book. So if you have your books with you, you can open your books to page 7 to 8. Before the vacation, we already discussed about the vocabulary of this lesson, but we will just going to have a short review on this, and then we will move on to our next lesson. So before we are going to start with our lesson proper, let's sing first. Then to those who doesn't have books, you can write the vocabulary in your notebooks. Okay, so let's have Unit 7. The title is Getting Around Town. Okay, everybody, you read Getting Around Town. So let's have the first vocabulary. We'll have train. Everybody, train. Spell the word train. T-R-A-I-N. Train. Next we have subway. Subway. S-U-B-W-A-Y. Subway. Next we have ticket office. Ticket office. T-I-C-K-E-T-O-F-F-I-C-E. Ticket office. Next we have cafe. Cafe. C-A-F-E. Cafe. Next we have open. Open. O-P-E-N. Open. Next is close. Close. C-L-O-S-E. Close. Next is arrive. Arrive. A-R-R-I-V-E. Arrive. Next, the last vocabulary is leave. Leave. L-E-A-V-E. Leave. Okay, one more time. Let's read all together. Train. Train. Subway. Subway. Ticket office. Ticket office. Cafe. Cafe. Open. Open. Close. Close. Arrive. Arrive. Leave. Leave. Alright, okay, very good. So since we are finished this part, it's just a review. We will go now to our lesson. So for our lesson this morning, we will have the grammar, and our grammar focus in this unit is we will be talking about simple present. Okay, so what is a simple present? Okay, here in simple present, the action is simply mentioned. Okay, and there is nothing being said about its completeness. When you say present simple, we're just focusing on the action. We don't focus on what time it finished or how it finishes, but we just focus on the action. Okay, so simple present is used to talk about an action which happens on a regular basis. When you say regular basis, it's what happens every day. What do you do every day? Okay, so that is a simple present. We focus on the action that we do every day. So we have the form of a simple present tense. We have the subject, we have a verb, and the rest of the sentence. So we have here, for example, here the subject is I, you, he. Okay, those are the subjects. So here for the subject we can have like the pronoun I, we, you, they, and or if we use names of persons, if there are two or more name or noun in the sentence or the subject, we are going to take a base form of the verb. It means the verb doesn't have S, okay? But if the subject is he, she, it, or there is only one noun or only one person in the subject, the verb takes S at the end of the verb, okay? So here, let's hear, for example, when you say he, for example, here we have she, okay? She, the verb is eats. She eats rice. So verb here is eats. There is S at the end of the verb eat because this is she. This is only one. Okay? Next, we have, for example, we use name. So we use Peter. Okay? So Peter drives a car. The verb drive, there should be S at the end of the verb because Peter is only one. Okay, so that's why it's drives. So Peter drives a car. Understand? Okay. So if the verb or if the pronoun or subject, if the subject started with I, we, you, they, or there are two or more persons as the subject, the verb will just use the base form. It means no S at the end of the verb word. So we have here, for example, we, the verb is only eat, no S. We eat rice. Okay? So here, two persons, John and Jim. John and Jim drive a car. So the verb here, there is no S because these are two. It means they are many or plural noun. Okay? So you understand? If it's only one person, you have to put S on the verb. But if it's pronoun he, she, it, you also put S at the end of the verb. Okay? So if there are two or more subject, so it's many, right? So at the verb, there is no S at the end. Okay? So here, John and Jim, two people, there is no S at the end of the verb. But we say I is also one. You have to use I. I is also one, right? But I is not he, she, it. So you say I is a personal pronoun, first personal pronoun. So you use verb with no S. So you have to say I study in school. So here you should have no S with I. Okay, so the verb should have no S. So I hope you understand this. It's very easy. He, she, it, and only one person. There is S at the end of the verb. And I, we, you, they, or two or more persons, there is no S at the end of the verb. Okay, do you understand that? That is simple present. Simple present. So we focus on the action. Okay, so let's take a look at here. We have Okay, for example here, we have the subject, we have the verb in present simple. So he, the verb is ride. So you have to put S. So we have S here because it's he. So he rides a motorcycle. Next here, we study, no S, in school because the subject is we. Okay, do you understand it? Right, very good. So for your activity 1, this is your activity 1. So here, you are going to write the sentence and circle the correct answer. You write this in your notebook or in a paper, okay? In your notebook or in a paper, okay? So here, you are going to circle which verb is correct. So, for example, I works, working at the bank. So which one is correct? Works, working. So you circle the answer. So you choose or you circle the answer, the correct answer. So do you understand? She lives living with her parents. See, circle the answer. Number 3, cows feeding on the grass. So you choose the answer and circle. Number 4 is he earns and earning a good grade. So you choose the answer, earns, earning. Number 5, Janet wanting to be a singer. So you saw the correct answer. Okay, so you write the sentence and circle the correct answer. Where are you going to write? It would be in your notebook, or if you don't have your notebook, you can write it on your paper. You understand? Okay, now let's move on with our next grammar points. Let's go to the main points for this unit. Now for the main points in this unit is that we are going to know how to answer the expression what time plus present simple present. Okay, here, so what time plus simple present is used to ask when regular things happened. Okay, so as I've said earlier, regular or every day that you've done. Okay, so here what time plus simple present is used to ask when regular things happen. So you will be asked the things that happen every day in your life. Okay, so for example here, the question, let's have a question. So here, what time does the cafe open? What time does the cafe open? Okay, here it opens. The answer is it. It is the cafe. Okay, so you could say it, or you can also say the cafe so the cafe opens at 9 a.m. So you can use the pronoun it, or you can use the cafe. Okay, the main subject of the question. Okay, so up to you. If you use it, it's okay. If you use the cafe, it's okay. Okay, but you take a look at the verb here. The verb is, it has what? It has S at the end. Why? Because here we talk about the pronoun it. Only one subject. There is only one subject. We only talk about the cafe. Okay? So when you say subject is the one we are talking about. So here, what time does the cafe open? We talk about the cafe. So it's only one, only the cafe. So The verb open should have S at the end. So here, opens at 9 a.m. Okay, so let's go to another question. Okay, so another example here. What time does the train leave? What time does the train leave? Okay, so if the answer is it leaves at 8 o'clock. So the verb has S, leaves. Understand? Because we only talk one train. Next, number 2 example. What time does the bus ticket closes? What time does the bus ticket closes? Okay, so you could say it closes at 5 p.m. So we use the verb closes with S because we only talk about the ticket office. Okay, next, the last example we have is what time does Sarah arrive? So now what is the subject here? What time does Sarah arrive? So the subject here is, we talk about Sarah. Okay, so the subject here is Sarah. So is Sarah he or she? Okay, so you can use she. She arrives at 7 a.m. So there is S again because what? She's only one. Or you can also say Sarah arrives at 7 a.m. Okay, do you understand? How about if there are two? What time does Sarah and Elsa arrive? What time? You can write two, like Sarah and Elsa. Do we have to put S on the verb? No, there should be no more S there because there are two people already. Okay? So, do we need to use she there? No, we cannot use the she because there are two. So we can use they. They, and of course the verb doesn't have S, so they arrive at 7 a.m. Do you understand? So if the noun is, or if the subject is only one, the verb has S at the end. But if the subject is two or more person or two or more subjects, the verb has no S at the end. Okay, do you understand? Alright? Okay, I guess you understood. Okay, so for our activity in this lesson, you are going to answer this activity number 2. Answer the question, write your answer in simple present. Okay, so we have number 1. Number 1, we have what time does the airplane arrive? What time does the airplane arrive? So there is a time here. Beside the question, there is a time. So you are just going to write here, it blank at 7 a.m. So you write the verb, whether it has S or it has no S at the end of the verb. Okay? Next, number 2. What time does Gina leave? What time does Gina leave? So there is a time here, 12 noon. So you answer number 2 in complete sentence. Okay? Next, number 3. What time does the shop close? So 10 p.m. So you write in a complete sentence. You answer in a complete sentence. Next, number 4, what time does the ticket office open? There is a time beside the question. It's 5 a.m. So you have to write in a complete sentence again. Then the last number 5, what time does the teacher come? So there's a time here, 6 a.m. So you write there the complete answer. You write in a sentence. Do you get it? Yes? All right. Okay. Well, I will get your activities 1 and 2 when you come back to school. So be sure that you have finished your activities, and when you come back, I will get all your activities. So if you don't have activities, you don't have score for today's lesson. Okay, so thank you so much. I hope you will have a great time. See you again on our next class. Bye-bye.